Right guys, welcome back to the channel. What we've got today is something very different. Previously we've been working on the BMW Megan. There she is in all her glory. Still got a couple of bits left to go on that one. So we've still got to do the tri-shaft oil and the gearbox oil, as well as the valve clearances. But hopefully we'll have those out soon. And then our MOT as well, etc. that needs to go on with that. But we've also, talking about MOTs, got something a bit different. We've got a car one this time. So for those of you not in the UK, a MOT is a yearly test. I think in Germany it's TÜV. I'm not sure if other countries do something similar, but it's basically is your car vehicle fit for the road type test. And unfortunately, we've got one that failed. Now, you can get the garage to do it while it's there, obviously, and they will be happy to do so and relieve you of a few of your pennies to do so. But what we thought we'd do on this one is, how cheaply can we get this through its MOT, bearing in mind how big the list is? What I'm going to do is I'm going to write all the things up on the board. Hopefully I will put up around here somewhere a copy of what that certificate would look like for those not in the UK. For those in the UK, you'll see it's quite a long list. Anyway, let's get to the board and write all the stuff that it failed on. See, can we beat the garage on the pricing for that? There are going to be some things that we can't do, so we're not going to be able to do the tyres ourselves, probably not going to be able to do the windscreen crack. But if you're in the UK, windscreens at least, if you've got fully comp insurance, you can usually get that done on that for no real charge, just a little bit of an excess. If it's a chip though, then 9 times out of 10, either for a tenner or for free, will fix those, which is great. 2 tyres, obviously I can't change tyres here, so that's a no-go. Or I could with a set of tyre irons, but I'm going to be honest with you, no chance. I've done it on a motorcycle, I'm not doing it again. It's a horrible job. But almost everything else on that list, I think we can tackle from here. So I think next stage up is really going to be to show you around the car, show you what we've got here, and what we need to look at doing. An awful lot of this is in the same corner, so I'm assuming it's actually my neighbour's car, so my guess is that they drive it over something bumpy on that corner, and that's why those things that are broken are all in the same corner. That makes life really easy for us, because we only have to deal with one wheel, we don't have to do the others until we get to the brake inefficiency, the brake fluctuation, which is probably going to have to be whip all the calipers off, give them a good clean, check the tyre, check the pads and the discs. But anyway, enough of that, enough rambling. So we'll get on to showing you around the car, which I'm actually going to do tomorrow, but I'm going to slot it in here. And for now, there's nothing left to do apart from me getting changed, because I'm in my clean stuff, into stuff I don't know. And then let's get under it. So 3, 2, 1. As if by magic. Look at that whole bag of parts. There we go. There are the parts that we got. So we got anti-roll bar link here. We've got a new ball joint here. A couple of bulbs, bulb holder, and some straps for the CV boot. So fingers crossed, if we're right, that's going to get us through all of those, all 3 of those, this one and this one. If you're interested to know how much all of this costs, stick with us to the end and I'll go back to the board, put the pricing up there, to see how much this whole thing is going to cost to get the car back through an MOT and sorted. Last couple of bits that we're going to have on there, which we won't be doing straight away, are the tyre, which I'm going to leave down to my neighbour to sort out. And what else was there? Something else wasn't there. And then the parking brake efficiency, I'm hoping that's going to be as simple as just tightening up some cables. We can go through, that's the immediate stuff, that's the stuff that's stopping the car from being allowed to be on the road. These things are then the future things that need sorting out. We're kind of doing this one because we're in there anyway. Again, that will be up to the neighbour to sort out, because they do that through their insurance. and this one we're going to order before the series is up. And then we're going to see, yeah, then we've basically got the first half completely done. But these things that we can talk to them about and seeing how quickly they really want those done, and if we can cover those in the channel as well. Hopefully we can do another tyre, obviously, so that's not my bag. Anyway, so let's get to the car. First thing we need to look at is the number plate bulb, which, oh my golly, gonna be a bit tight to get to. Well, fingers crossed we can get in here and show it in the dark, which isn't great. Right, so looking at the number plate bulb holder, we can see there's one here, and that's fine. Just here, that's okay. This one actually has two, and oh no, hang on a minute, no cover. It's all rusted up, just in there. So I think we found our problem there. So that's why we've got another one, so we can whip this out and put in a new one. So is that alright to stick? This should, in theory, be as simple as just a little clip here, and then we've got to pop that off and then put in the new one. Inside that connector, you can see in there, it's a little bit brown, which is a little bit worrying, because the worry now is that actually the connector's all rusted up and we're going to have to change the pins on it. So I'm just going to try and get a bit of the scraper off. Clean up.
While trying to scrape some of the rust off the connector, I can see that the pins from the old blocks have actually snapped in that connector. So what I'm going to have to do now is order up a new connector block and probably splice that one into the current wire.
Right guys, so we're back on it again, this time in the daylight, which is quite nice. It's cold, hence the hat. So I think what we're going to attack first is going to be, we're going to try the brake light bulb down there. Now we did try doing the number plate holder yesterday, but what we did find was that the connectors were completely rotten through, so I've got a new one on order. Fingers crossed we'll be here today. So plan now is, let's just get that bulb changed, see if that works. And then after that we'll maybe try the side light bulb, but let's just get on with it really. Oh. He's pro here. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo. So we got is one little twisty knob thing here, one twisty knob thing here, then this in theory comes out. Or so the theory goes. Oh, it's not even a full-on. That's quite interesting, isn't it? Well, actually, that looks like that is just rusted through. Wow, that's interesting. So, there we go. Let's get some penetrating fluid in there. That's what that should look like, not with the threaded insert coming out. Oh, happy days.
Now I've got these screws bolt things out, it's just a case of undoing one connector and the entire light is free, so we can try and find out which bulb it is exactly that's blown. Here all I'm really trying to do is trying to work out which bulb it is. There are quite a few in that holder, so it's trying to make sure we change the right one. Thankfully it's nice and easy because the bulb in question's got 2 filaments, so it's a bit more obvious.
So putting it back together is basically the reverse order of how we took it apart. So pop the light back in, click the connector on, and then put those little thumb screws back in, and it's done. Alright, there we go. So, moment of truth. Hopefully, that is the first thing done. There we have it, folks. First one fixed. Turns out it is working, just it's quite dim in this light, and had to rig up a dodgy camera to try and be able to see it. So that's the first bulb off the list. So we can scrub one off. Next bulb is the front side light bulb, which is going to be a bit different because we've got a. Don't take the headlight out on this one. We somehow got to make our way in here to be able to get at it. Which is up there, and it's missing a cover, so maybe that makes life a little bit easier. Might explain why it's gone. Wonder if there's a bit of water damage in there as well. Right guys, that's all we've got time for in this episode. Unfortunately, we've spent way too long on little bits and bobs and not actually making much progress, but we will make more progress in the next video. But as promised earlier on, I thought we'd come up to the board and put at least one price on there. So we have spent a little bit of money. So we've got some more numbers on the board in the next episode, which will give you an idea of how much exactly is it going to cost to get this car through the MOT on the stuff that we can do at home. So let's get onto the board. So things we have actually managed to do. I mean, we've been stumped a little bit here on the registration lamp not working, but I think we're going to have a solution to that. We've ordered the connector, so hopefully we'll get that sorted in the next episode. And then finally we've got, well, the bit that we have managed to get working with the lamp not working, and that cost us a grand total of £1.49. So far, to take the sheen off, £1.49 is the total spend so far. We've got one of that list done. So let's see how we get on in the next episode. So that's it for now. If you found this useful, interesting, any of those kind of things, why not give us a thumbs up? If you want to see what happens in the next episode, then click that subscribe button, so that you know, the little bell thing, so that you get notified of the next video when that comes out, which hopefully won't be too far away. So for now, take it easy.
I can't wait, a first time.